Why some people don't trust attention anymore. It always comes with a price. Have you ever noticed how some people only remember you when they need something? Not when everything is fine, not when you need them, but exactly when they need help. And after a while, you stop seeing that as coincidence. You start seeing it as a pattern. And that's the moment when attention stops feeling good and starts feeling like a warning. When you're younger, you don't question attention. Someone calls, you answer. Someone reaches out, you respond. It feels natural. But over time, you start noticing something else. The timing. Someone you haven't heard from in years suddenly appears. A simple message turns into a request. A conversation that starts friendly ends with responsibility. And at some point, you stop reacting automatically because you've seen this too many times. Attention is rarely random. It usually leads somewhere. And that somewhere usually costs you something. Your time, your energy, your focus. And here's the uncomfortable part. You don't want to think this way. You'd rather believe people are just reaching out. But after enough experiences, it becomes impossible not to see what's really happening. When the pattern becomes obvious. At first, it's subtle. You don't question it. But then you start noticing how often the same thing happens. Someone checks in, then asks for something. Someone reconnects, then needs your help. Different people, same structure. And after a while, you stop asking, why now? Because you already know. And that's when your reaction changes. You don't get excited when someone reaches out. You pause. Because experience has taught you something simple. Attention almost never comes without a reason. And that reason is rarely about you. It's about what you can provide. The moment you start pulling back. And this is where the internal conflict begins. Because you don't want to become distant. You don't want to ignore people. You don't want to assume the worst. But at the same time, you can't ignore what you've already seen. So you start doing something small. You don't answer immediately. You read messages more carefully. You think before responding. And from the outside, it looks like you've changed. But internally, you're just trying to protect your time. Because you've realized something important. Saying yes too quickly usually leads to something you didn't plan for. And once you've experienced that enough times, you stop reacting automatically. The realization that changes everything. At some point, a thought appears, and it's not a comfortable one. You start realizing it's not that people are interested in you. They're interested in what you can do for them. And that doesn't mean people are bad. That's the important part. Most of them don't even realize it. They just follow what feels natural to them. But your brain doesn't care about intentions. It cares about patterns. And once the pattern is clear, your perception changes permanently. You don't need proof anymore. You recognize the structure instantly. Why experience makes this stronger? The more life experience you have, the faster this happens. Because you've already seen how things play out. You've seen how conversations start and how they end. You've seen how people approach you and what usually follows. And here's the part most people miss. This isn't about becoming negative. It's about becoming accurate. You're not assuming the worst. You're recognizing the familiar. And that recognition changes your behavior. Because once you know what usually comes next, you stop stepping into it without thinking. Why this looks like distance. From the outside, it looks like you've pulled away, like you're less open, less available. But that's not really what's happening. You're not avoiding people. You're filtering interactions. You're no longer responding to every signal, because now you understand something most people ignore. Attention is not neutral. It often comes with expectations attached. And once you've experienced that enough times, you stop giving access automatically, not out of anger, but out of clarity. When attention loses its control. And then something unexpected happens. Attention stops having power over you. Not because it disappears, but because you no longer need it. You've already seen what it brings. You've already lived through the cycle. Attention, expectation, responsibility. And once you see that cycle clearly, you stop chasing attention altogether. You start valuing something else. Quiet, control, space, and the freedom to decide what deserves your time and what doesn't. And maybe that's the real shift. Not that attention changed, but that you did. Because now, you don't react to attention anymore. You choose. This is the if verse, where attention reveals more than it gives. Subscribe. There's so much more to explore. Thank you for watching.